afternoon. Good afternoon to you. My name is Ken Tracy, and this is Coffee with Ken. This is a little show I started some years ago, 5 years ago this month actually, and it is a show about me talking and sharing some experiences, sharing a little bit about life, sharing about a little bit about the ups and downs that we all have. For those that have been watching, and it's Tuesday afternoon. It is 5:08 p.m. and I believe it's June 3rd. Happy Tuesday. Again, like I said, this is a show I've been doing for a while. It's a show about me talking and sharing some experiences, sharing a little bit of adventures I'm on. And I'm on a really cool adventure right now because about 6 weeks ago, I got offered a position at Yellowstone National Park. Thank you for following my journey. Again, at Yellowstone National Park. And I've been staying up at the Mammoth Hot Springs the last week and a half, working as a server there, and working a lot of hours, enjoying my stay, and what have you. But last night I learned that as an employee of Yellowstone, we can also go to other lodges in the park and stay overnight for maybe $5, maybe for free. Either way, it's a great deal. Eat in the employee dining hall and what have you. So this morning I decided to hop on my scooter. I rode a scooter out here from Chicago, Illinois to Wyoming, a trek of just about 1,500 miles, and rode down to the Old Faithful area, which you can see behind me. Not looking ultra impressive at this moment. Looks more like a happy Tuesday to you. I don't know. Pot of boiling water. I don't know what to expect, but I do know the crowd is gathering. I'll give you a quick show of the crowd. We have a ranger talking over there, giving a little tour guide, or not a tour guide, but kind of an educational what have you, speech about about Old Faithful and its consistency and what scientists expect. Hope you can hear me. It's a little windy today. Woohoo! It's a lot windy today. It was a cold and chilly ride out to Old Faithful. A ride of about 50 plus miles. And it took me about an hour and a half, and it was a little windier than I expected, but I rode through some of the most beautiful land in the country, or land in the world. I do have a beverage in front of me. I don't want to block Old Faithful because you never know, despite its faithfulness. Faithfulity? I don't know. I expect it could go anytime. So if I'm talking and it's going, just tell me to shh. But anyway, I have a cup of Coke. They were out of hot coffee in the employee dining area. And so I figured I needed something as a prop to grab. They're clapping for the ranger giving her speech. And have some Coke. So wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you have a beverage of choice in front of you as well. Cheers to us. Maverick asked if it stinks. No, it doesn't smell at all. The wind is blowing the other way. But I haven't smelled sulfur at this area at all. There's a lot of boiling springs and sulfur ponds and little hot creeks and volcanic action going on. And a really, really neat area. I'll give you a quick spin. Wouldn't it suck if it went off while I was giving you a spin? Don't know how long its eruption is for. There it is. Or really what to expect. But just a beautiful, beautiful area. Again, had a gorgeous ride out this morning. A little breezy. So excited to be here. I'm going to put my Coke down. Excuse me. Pick you up with my left hand, give you that, and maybe a little better view. A little more looking into the sun, but I do it all for the show. Hope it goes off relatively soon. I don't have a whole lot planned to say. From the Old Faithful Inn, I believe it's called, which is a beautiful, beautiful, and apparently pretty historic building right over there. Set along the mountains. There's an education center with those big glass windows where you can apparently stay inside and watch the eruption, if that's what it's called. There was a big patio on the side of the inn where several people were gathered in the sun and waiting for Old Faithful to go. And again, I'm just kind of here wondering what's going to happen. You know, you notice there's very little vegetation around me or behind me. I assume it's because all the volcanic action makes it pretty hard to live or at least prosper if you're grass. No, I'm not taking my roommate's dinner shift tomorrow, but I appreciate you asking. I'm enjoying my 2 days off. I am enjoying my 2 days off. And again, really excited to learn about that little perk about staying in other areas of the park. I thought it was a beautiful ride down here to Old Faithful. Have my own room with a bathroom, and it's worth the trip alone just having that. But in the meantime, I'm excited for Old Faithful to blow her stuff. There's a young lady planning. I don't know if for sure you're supposed to be there, but there's a couple people sitting over there with some dogs. You can see off in the distance. Sorry. I thought I heard some noise. But again, it's an area surrounded by boardwalk, and I'm assuming the intention of the boardwalk is to keep people off that area as the soil or whatever, the earth underneath it is fairly inconsistent. And I don't know. Maybe a new Old Faithful will be created. Let's just sit here. I'm kind of thirsty. I might pick up a Coke. Drinking a Coke out of a coffee cup. Not sure I'm comfortable with it. Was very disappointed to see there was no regular coffee. There was decaf, but as you know, I'm not a decaf drinker. I noticed there was a pot of hot chocolate. I tried that, but it was empty as well. So for the sake of the show, I'm fighting through these horrible difficulties and drinking Coke for you from my coffee cup. Again, crowds milling about. You can see up over there. See over there. Looks like there's a viewing area on the other side of Old Faithful. I just walked up about 10 minutes ago, so not sure. How was the ride? The ride was awesome. My current altitude, I don't know. I'll guess 7,000 feet, something like that. It's kind of chilly today. Again, I'm wearing a leather coat. I almost wish I had some gloves. Maybe it's because I'm holding a cold Coke. Maybe because it's kind of chilly. You look at everyone's dressed in sweatshirts and jeans and what have you. Hello, Ranger.
Hi.
When does Old Faithful expect to go?
We're predicting 5:30, give or take 10 minutes.
5:30, and is that pretty? Oh, well, give or take 10 minutes.
Yep.
That's how accurate. Well, thank you, and great presentation.
Thank you. I really appreciate that.
Bye-bye. So there you go. 14 minutes, give or take 10 minutes. So it could be as soon as 4. I'll tell you what, if it's 24 minutes, I don't have a heck of a lot to say. I'm going to have to find a spot to put my, maybe that's a cooler angle. It's going to be harder to hold. Hold on. Any thoughts on Diet Coke? I don't drink it. I kind of think Diet Pop is, all soda's pretty bad for you. All soda's pretty bad for you, but I almost think you're better off getting the calories and not doing the, man-made created chemicals that go into diet soda. So okay, I'm hearing this was a good angle. I need a little selfie stick sent to a P.O. box. I also need a GoPro. I also need a Yeti. There's many things I need to get for my show. And I think a GoPro, as I was talking about with RJ a little bit ago, would be really neat for these rides through Yellowstone. I don't know, the rides are an hour and a half long. I think I could really give people a tour of Yellowstone from two wheels that would be interesting to riders and non-riders alike. Again, I don't know if anyone would want to tune in for an hour and a half view of Yellowstone from the roads, but maybe I'd do a voiceover. Could be pretty cool, and I think it'd be a lot of fun to for people back home to see what the beauty of Yellowstone looks like again from two wheels of a Suzuki Bergman. And the crowds continue to gather. You can almost cut the anticipation with a knife. I see steam, smoke, steam, I guess it is, billowing. It's teasing me. It is teasing the audience. It is making my shoulder very sore. How can I set this up nicely for you? I guess I could have gotten here early and gotten you a front row seat. Maybe I could act like I have a press pass and cut to the front. Excuse me. This is the world famous Coffee with Ken. Here to get a great view for my 12 viewers who are watching, who are desperately anticipating the Old Faithful eruption, which is expected to happen between 5:20 and 5:40 our time. Hello from Illinois. Thank you for watching this. I appreciate you guys so much for watching. Again, if anyone has a chance to come out to Yellowstone or probably any of our national parks, I'm blown away with its beauty. Really enjoying. Holy smokes. Again, staying at the Mammoth Hot Springs Hotel and really enjoy the little community that's created around each of these villages. And just got to Old Faithful a couple hours ago. And it seems like it's got a lot to go and see and do and areas to ride that are just beautiful. The new job is good. Hello from New York. The new job's good. It's my day off today and tomorrow. I looked at the schedule next week. I'm waiting tables in the dining room. Literally worked 70 hours in the first week, and I was one tired puppy each and every day. Slept in today. Arrived at Old Faithful, and instead of hopping out and seeing the sights, decided to take a little bit of nap. Well, Mary, I hear you say it's hard to hear me, but I just don't know what really to do about that. So we'll just have to deal with it. The server job is going to be till October. And again, I wish I was drinking coffee. I do deserve these next days off. You're welcome. Oh, sorry. Must make sure you have the angle. And when she's ready to blow, we can all scream, "Thar she blows." Hello, voiceover Frank. I would like to hear, I've heard I could do voiceovers. I wonder what voiceovers Frank's voice sounds like. I wonder what skills it takes to be a voiceover actor. I don't know. Do I have the chops to do voiceover? Who knows? Oops, where are you? There you go. Wait, there it is. There. Uh-oh. Looks like something's happening. I saw some water. Oh, there we are. Hold on here. There we are. Apologize for any poor camera work. I hope that's not just a teaser. I covered the eclipse that came through Naperville a couple weeks ago. Did a live video for that as well. Personally, I felt the eclipse was a bit of a letdown. The sky, the area, world got a little dim, just slightly dim for a while. It was unusual, but I wouldn't say it was so spectacular. I hope Old Faithful doesn't disappoint. Nothing. Wouldn't it be ironic if the first time in history, in the 150 years that people have been standing out here watching Old Faithful, it was not that faithful while Coffee with Ken was going live? That would, how do we say, suck? So what else is going on, guys? Ask a ranger about the Beehive Geyser. Perhaps I will. A lot of volcanic activity in the area, a lot of cool things and a lot of tourist attractions on the ride out. A lot of people walking around steaming cauldrons of hot water. And we're expecting the one of the most famous Probably the most famous volcanic activities in the whole world, I'm going to guess. I don't know. Is there any... I got to get a better angle. I'm going to put you guys down for a minute. Kids are doing great. They were at the swimming pool today. Big kids were doing great as well. Hey, the Edmonton Oilers are in the Stanley Cup Finals. I'm very excited about that, I'll tell you that. Is Wayne Gretzky still playing there? Oh, no, he got traded to the Rangers. That's how up-to-date I am on hockey. That was kind of funny. Anyway, still quiet. I thought I would go viral on the internet. That word would spread across the internet, across the globe, saying Coffee with Ken is live from Old Faithful. But alas, I appreciate the 12 people that are watching with bated breath. As is it a he? Is Old Faithful a she? We'll say she does her thing. I left my sunglasses in the room today. I felt a little bit of disappointment. I am a sensation, Todd. I am a sensation. But anyway, I left my sunglasses in the room today. I was initially bummed, as we often are, and then I said, oh, things happen for a reason. So I'm glad I don't have sunglasses. So I look into the sun with a glare, a little bit of a sty in this eye. I'm hoping it gets better, not worse. Don't like those things. Ooh, I saw a little more water bubbling out. I saw a little more water. I wonder how high it goes. Does anyone know? Has anyone been here before and seen it erupt? How high does it go? Again, this could be the disappointment, the equivalent of Al Capone's vault being opened up. Who opened up Al Capone's vault? Or who went in? Geraldo Rivera opening up Al Capone's vault. Many of you probably aren't old enough to remember that great television moment. But they found a vault in like a restaurant or the house that Al Capone used to own. And they did a big TV thing about what was inside Al Capone's vault. Not a whole heck of a lot was inside Al Capone's vault. But the excitement was there, just as the excitement is right now. As we watch Old Faithful percolate like a grandma's tea kettle on the stove. Wonder how big the hole is to Old Faithful. The ranger was saying she'd like to look down and see it, but she couldn't. She was concerned with the, I guess it's probably not super safe walking out there. Create a sinkhole or something like that. Other than that, it's a really nice day. And it is 5:26, and we can expect the eruption at any moment. Not really sure it's truly called an eruption. What do you guys think of Van Halen's guitar solo, Eruption, by the way? I used to think Eddie Van Halen was like the world's greatest guitarist because that was such a cool solo. And so many of the guitar, the music played in Van Halen, the guitar music was so unique sounding. But I've seen so many non-Eddie Van Halen types perform Eruption and make it sound just like the original. It almost has me thinking it might not be that hard to play. Any thoughts? Super Todd 5000? Perhaps you know a thing or two about music? What else can I say? What else can I say? What else can I say? I prefer David Lee Roth's version of Van Halen. I've heard that they were two totally different bands, Van Hagar and Van Halen, and I think that's true. And just because they were two totally different bands with different lead singers, it's still okay to compare them. And I don't think anything from Sammy Hagar's version of Van Halen can touch so many of the songs from the original Van Halen. Who would have known? Who would have known we would have had such brilliant commentary on 70s and 80s music. How many people are there? I would guess, wait, hold on, I gotta locate it. There it is. Don't make me lose sight. I would guess a couple thousand. I'm gonna turn real quickly, look that way and that way. You know, it looks like it's about a few, I don't know, maybe a quarter-mile boardwalk on one side. Why can't this be Love Rocks? Gary, please, you must be from Canada. Why can't this be Love Doesn't Rock? Maybe it's an okay song, but it certainly doesn't rock. I don't know. Jimmy Page. Jimmy Page what, RJ? Okay, since we're talking about Jimmy Page, were we? I kind of think he's the coolest guitarist ever. It was probably around 1980. I remember staying at a buddy's house and watching, I forget what live, it was like a set concert from Madison Square Garden live. Forget what it was called. Wait, am I still getting the geyser? And I think Jimmy Page was out there with like a all black suit with like crescent moons on it. And, I think he also did a solo, I know he did, with a violin bow. And he had such a cool quietness about him. It was really awesome. Can I explain what's happening scientifically? Why does this exist? I don't really think I can truly give you a great explanation of why this happens scientifically. I walked up as the ranger was finishing her presentation. I did hear her talking about lava heating the water to a boiling point and coming out. But other than that, I don't really know anything more than anybody else does, other than I'm here right now and that my arm's getting a little bit tired. And it's expected, they predict it to go off at 5:30, give or take 10 minutes. But weren't they black with white crescent moons? I don't know. I think they were. So anyway, we're all very excited. Old Faithful guys, and yeah. Oh, look at this. 35 to 120 minutes. 35 to 120 minutes. That's way too large of a standard deviation. I need a selfie stick. I do, or a large tripod, or a staff. Not a staff like the stick. I mean a staff like several employees that work for me and pat makeup on my face and make sure the gloss on my head isn't too shiny. For a show as awesome as Coffee with Ken, I deserve several assistants. I certainly do. I certainly do. Yep, here we are. Is the earth flat? Would this work? Trying to figure out your beliefs. I don't know if it would exist. You don't have to do push-ups today. Glad you brought that up. For those wondering, I did fill up my tank of gas as I pulled into Old Faithful, the neighborhood or the community of Old Faithful, and I rocked my 10 push-ups. So I have maintained my 10 push-ups every fill up of my tank for quite some time. Super Todd 5000 agrees. I hope that means that with a show this awesome, I deserve many assistants. Again, we've got a little cloud cover now, making it a little easier for me to see the camera. I got people looking at me kind of funny, but a lot of people are holding up their... Oh, wait, what's that? What's that? Is something happening? Oh, whoa, something's happening. This is going to suck. I'm going to be so busy watching the camera, I'm not even going to see it. I hope it does more than that. I hope it does more than that. Maybe that's what it does. Maybe that's what it does. I mean, it's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I'd say it's blowing up 150 feet. Maybe 150 feet. I was kind of hoping to feel some rumbling and the earth's shaking. People get very sensitive because I touch on subjects that are taboo, subjects like I'm not sure, at least for me, the value of Alcoholics Anonymous, nor the value of smoking marijuana. And both people in AA and pot smokers get very upset at me. Now I might be making the beauty that is Old Faithful. And, sorry. I personally would prefer a little rumbling, a little red in the Old Faithful. Well, nobody's leaving yet. No, is this symbolism for how we feel? How we treat God? Maybe. That's just too deep and too crazy. Hi, Morgan. My daughter Morgan just hopped on. Morgan, I'm at Old Faithful in Yellowstone National Park, and watching the geyser erupt, if that's what you can call it. I would say it's more of a small burp than a true eruption. But I see people filing out. Maybe patience is a virtue, and maybe if I spend a few more minutes with you, we're going to get roaring and rumbling and excitement. Maybe that's what a geyser does. That is what a geyser does. So I'm going to put it, again, I don't mean to downplay it. Much like the Geraldo Rivera opening Al Capone's vault and the eclipse that came through Naperville maybe 5-6 weeks ago. It is what it is, and that's what it was. And it's still kind of doing what it does, kind of sputtering, if you will. Sputtering with, if you will. And that's Old Faithful for you. So anyway, it is Tuesday afternoon. I'm coming at you from Yellowstone National Park, having an awesome trip here. I'm going to be reporting such epic events happening in and around the park over the next several months. Of course, I go live every morning to do my Coffee with Ken show. You're welcome, Gary. And post a lot of clips and reels about life and sobriety and mental health and just divorces and highs and lows and relationships and financials and careers. And I want to thank you so much for joining on this Tuesday afternoon or early evening. I hope you are having a wonderful day. Thanks, Todd. I don't know, Douglas, but want to thank you all for joining. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're loving yourself. And as always, I hope to talk to you soon. Bye-bye.